Hello everybody and welcome back. So I wanted to do a really quick sit down chat with you guys because unfortunately I do have a job to be at and I have work to do, but I really wanted to quickly do this sit down chat with you guys. I was having a mini conversation with my friend this morning on voice notes. I am one of those people that absolutely love to send voice notes. I actually have one friend back at home in England who we voice note so much, and we literally send, I know this sounds unbelievable, but some of our voice notes will literally be 30 minutes long to each other. We are obsessed and we just love to keep each other updated with our life stories. That one who I'm talking about there is a childhood friend. We've been friends since we were like 5 years old, so we've always been very much like that. But anyway, yeah, I was having a conversation with a friend this morning and we talked deeply. Like I said in one of my last videos, I've come to a place where all of my friends that I do have now are just people that I can really talk to about anything. We have such deep conversations with each other, like it's so good. Don't get me wrong, like I don't want to be having deep conversations all the time. Like I want to have fun and just be like lighthearted a lot of the time, but sometimes I think these conversations are great, especially if yourself or your friends are in a bit of a place where you're like ugh, and you just want to talk about it, because there's so many people out there that don't have people to talk about. So if you are someone listening and you have that person who you can talk to about life and actually get deep with, then you are so lucky, and go and say thank you to that person. And unfortunately, if you're someone that doesn't really have someone like that in your friendship circle or in your life in general, then that is exactly why I decided to make these videos, because I want these to help people and I want them to be like, they're videos that there's been times in my life where I felt a certain way and I've like wished there were videos like this out there, or I have managed to find videos out there that have helped me, and I just want to feel like I'm giving back. So yeah, we were kind of having a conversation about, I guess, like friendships, and because we were mainly speaking about my last video where I spoke about it's okay to like want to spend time alone, like there's absolutely nothing wrong with it, and please go to that video if that's something that interests you, because I really do believe that will help you guys if you're feeling that way. So yeah, we were mainly speaking about like spending time alone and being okay with that and coming at peace with just needing a day to yourself and not feeling that kind of pressure to have to go out and see these people and decide where you're gonna go and this and that, and just extra stress when friendships should feel easy the majority of the time. We were mainly talking about that, and it kind of led us onto the topic, like we're like, honestly, like our brains are like this, like we'll be talking about one thing and then it will lead to another, and then we don't know even how we got to this place. But we were talking about that, and then it got us onto the conversation of like friendship groups and being in groups of friends, and the difference between that and then just having like a handful of friends where you kind of meet one-on-one. And yeah, like it got me thinking, because I have definitely felt like this at times of my life, and I remember actually having a conversation with my sister about this, and I remember we were saying how sometimes like we feel like very in the middle all the time. So I'm trying to think how best to describe this. Like we were saying how we find it hard to find friends that are like very like-minded to us. It's always like one extreme or the other, and we kind of concluded that conversation with, we're both just very, like our personalities are, we can be really girly and love to do like girly things, but we can also be so like adventurous and like want to get our hands dirty and like do this and that, and then we also want to spend time alone sometimes. And we have so many different elements to our personality and how we are as people that we find it hard to find groups where we like fully fit in. It's kind of like we're either in a group where like all they're talking about is like makeup and clothes and girly stuff where we just don't fit in, and then we might be in another group where they're talking about like the other end of the spectrum, and it's like we were saying how we find it hard to meet friends that are just in the middle, and like quite often maybe we'll find ourselves in a group where it's like, you know, it's not that we're not enjoying it, like we are enjoying it, but it's like the conversation just isn't exactly like our type of conversation. You don't really know how to like add to it. And yeah, like it just reminded me of that conversation with my sister like a while back, because I found myself having a similar conversation with my friend this morning, and we were like, why is this? I want to kind of break it down to like why I think it might be, and I really hope it can help you guys that feel similar out there, that you kind of find it hard to find a group of mates that are very like-minded to you, or you kind of feel like maybe you're a little bit of an outsider in your group or whatever it might be. So I personally think one of the main reasons is I feel like we are so obsessed with putting ourselves into a box. Like when we're asked to describe ourselves, we always describe ourselves in the same way, and we label ourselves as either being like introverted or extroverted, and it's like we always just call ourselves one thing. Like how many times do you catch yourself like saying, oh, I'm this and I'm that? Like I just don't think it should be like that. Like I don't think we should be placing ourselves into a box. Like I think as humans we're so like capable of different things and being certain ways. Like each day is going to be different, like depending on our mood, what season of life we're in, what we're going through, what hobbies we have at that time. You know, we want to try new things, and I just think as humans we should stop putting ourselves into a box and stop describing yourself as a certain way. The more you do that, the more you're going to be that person when you're so capable of so much more. And I feel like the people that find themselves struggling to find their group and kind of feeling like a little bit of an outsider in a group, or maybe like you're in a conversation and you don't really know what to add to that, I feel like if you are that person, I mean, unless you are just, sorry, but like an actual crazy person and cannot connect with people, so that's like another extreme, so I'm not talking about that. If you are someone that loves to connect with people and socialize, but you find yourself feeling that way, the chances are you've already realized this about yourself. Like you realize that you have so much more to give and you're so capable of other things, and you want to try new things, you want to meet new people, you want to go new places. The chances are you know that about yourself. You know you are capable of so much more, and you're starting to realize that maybe your friendship group isn't quite that way, or maybe they're just happy with being like that, or maybe your friendship group, maybe they're all just acting, maybe that's why they all seem so similar, and you realize there's something slightly different about you. Maybe they're just all acting just to try and fit in with one another, and maybe you don't want to do that. You don't want to spend time acting and trying to like be this person you're not, or be this person you think you are to just fit in. Maybe you realize, again, you've got so much more to give, and you realize you have so much time, and you want to spend that doing all these other things rather than spending your time just trying to fit in. Like the next time you are in that group and you are feeling that way, really just look at everyone, really listen to the things they're saying. Are they all just agreeing with one another? Like, do you think they genuinely think these things? If they do, fine, that's fine. But, you know, maybe they're just all acting and putting on a front because they're trying so hard to fit in, and you're not ready to do that. You don't want to do that. Like, how many times do you see like the same friendship group living the same lives, like doing the same things, whether that be a friendship group that you know them as every single weekend they go to the pub and they go and get smashed. Maybe you know another friendship group that one of them had a kid and they're all starting to now have kids. Maybe one of them got married, they're all now getting married and getting engaged. Maybe they just bought a house and now the rest of them are buying houses. And I'm not saying like that's a bad thing, because sometimes if you're surrounded by the right people, like maybe your friends just started a business and you always wanted to start a business, so now it's giving you the courage to start a business, etc., etc. So it's not always a bad thing, but let's just look at that and think the people that you surround yourself with are the people that then you're likely to kind of be like and follow in those footsteps and do those same things. So leading back to the friendship group, this friendship group, maybe they've just labeled themselves as one type of person and they have put themselves in a box. And as I said, you don't want to be in that box. You don't want to be doing what they're doing. You're ready to live your own life. Maybe the people in this group want to be doing their own thing as well. Maybe they're not after the same thing as the rest of your friendship group are after, but they're too scared to step away and venture out of it. So yeah, the point is in this little video. I wanted to make it super short because, like I said, I don't have much time. I'm sure I can do another video expanding on it, but it was just like something I was thinking about, and I'd hate for any of you out there to be feeling sad about this and feeling like you're not fitting in and spending so much of your time trying to fit in rather than spending all of that time elsewhere, and actually doing things that are going to benefit your life. Like, you need friends, okay? You need people around you that you trust, you can talk to. Like, we all want to feel like we belong, but you can also be in a group of people and still don't feel like you belong. And personally, I would rather be on my own and working on finding that belonging elsewhere than being in a group of people where I don't feel like I belong, and I just don't feel like my needs and wants in life are the same as my friendship group, but I'm working so hard and trying to like fit in with them that I'm becoming like, I find myself wearing a mask and trying to be someone I'm not, just to try and fit in and find that sense of belonging. Because I promise you, when you're putting on that mask and you're playing that act and that person you're not just to fit in, you will never find your sense of belonging there, and you will eventually become bitter and resentful and feel alone. Like, that's how people end up feeling alone, because you're looking for that, you're trying to find that feeling in the wrong place. So if you're that person and you're feeling that, please know that there will be another group out there, or another friend out there, another thing out there that will give you that feeling. You've just got to go and find it. You've got to go and create that life for yourself and find, you know, where you feel that sense of belonging and those friends where you truly feel like they get you. So yeah, like I said, this video is just more to kind of say that I get that feeling. I know so many friends that get that feeling where they're in a group of people. Yeah, they might be having fun, but they don't kind of feel that sense of belonging, or there's something that's not quite being fulfilled even though they're surrounded by a group of people. And yeah, like I said in my other videos, you find yourself doing things every single weekend and events that you don't really want to do. If you are that person, please know that it is absolutely okay, and you can still have that friendship group, okay? You can still go and do the odd thing with them, but please go and find that thing you're looking for, that thing you know you truly want. And whilst doing that, you'll start meeting more like-minded people along the way. It feels hard at first and it feels uncomfortable, but it will pay off. Please just step outside of your comfort zone and know that there are better things out there, and you know yourself that you are looking for something bigger and better. So yeah, if you're feeling a bit shit, if you feel like you're not fitting in with friendship groups, then maybe that's not your people, or maybe it's just not your people to be spending as much time with as you're spending. Go and find it yourself. Go watch my video on spending time alone, because that kind of ties into this and it will help you massively. But yeah, maybe it's not you. Maybe you just yeah, looking for bigger and better things, or just need to be elsewhere, need to find other friends. But yeah, I hope this video can help. Please take everything I say with a pinch of salt. They are just there to help you if you are feeling a certain way. And yeah, I'll see you all soon.